15 times. I'm gonna get my money's worth out that little clapper, I'm gonna tell you right now. So, hey guys, thanks for joining me today. What we're gonna talk about here today is the Davinci Resolve. We're gonna talk about editing. It's a software program, the Davinci Resolve, and the Davinci Resolve 17 is the most updated version right now. I can tell you the price is the perfect price for any product. It's free $99. That's right, free $99. In which case you can just go to the website, the Blackmagic website, and you can download it right now for free. And it's not that it's a special or anything like that. It is free. They have a paid version, but with the paid version, you're going to end up having to get more stuff with respect to it. So like you get different effects and different access to different things. However, if you're in a learning stage, the free 99 version is the version. Still allows you to cut, still allows you to edit, still allows you to use transitions. And there's a host of stock things that are in the actual video. In which case it's great for just getting your foot grounded and getting planted. Now, back when I was initially doing video editing, you know, we had to cut a different way. See, so this was our old cutting on the VHS tape. We would just cut it down and then splice it. No, actually I didn't, but I had to work this into the video sooner or later because somebody ain't gonna keep threatening me. Oh, here she comes. All right, maybe she is gonna keep threatening me. Let me put this away before she takes it. But a couple more things about the Davinci. You've got several tabs right there at the bottom of the Davinci. One of the big things that you can do is import your media. Your media comes in there and you can just grab it from a folder on your desktop, drop it right into your actual program or your project you're working on, and everything's in there. You can actually go in there and you can create separate bins for it, and that works beautifully. The next tab that's on there is the Cut tab. Now the Cut tab is if you already have your video, if, let's say you shot it all and you know what spots you want to cut out, what spots you want to just start the sequencing process. So it's not even so much as I'm editing, I'm just sequencing, right? Because we want to just get it all in order of how it's going to look. You can go in there and you can start cutting the pieces out that you don't want so you can slim down. So that way you're working with less video and it's not bogging down your system. The next piece, which is the piece I love, which is where I spend most of my time, is the edit piece. In the edit piece, you can edit the videos, you can edit the audio, you can add transitions, you can add effects, you can add all kinds of stuff in there. So that way, when it comes time for you to start, you know, just putting the thing together and normalizing your audio, you can do all of that right there from that page. Now, you can do minor audio edits, but there's a whole separate piece down the line that will allow you to be able to do fuller audio edits. You know, it'll give you more flexibility with respect to doing it. All right. You also are able to cut and splice and you know, do different camera shots. It also has a function where you can load in 2 different cameras footage, and then you can just make your cuts on the go. Now, if you've got the free version, you'll be utilizing your desktop. If you've got the paid version, you can get this little puppy here. So what happens with respect to it is when you buy the paid version, you'll get the speed controller. So basically, however you want to look at it, you're either buying the speed controller and you're getting the paid version free, or you're buying the paid version and getting the speed controller free. But what this thing does is it helps go through so much faster, because instead of me having to move a mouse back and forth, I'll just scroll to something. I can cut it right off of here and then I can delete it. And when I delete it, it closes the whole gap. So it brings everything where it's supposed to be. That saves you all kinds of time. Now, a lot of buttons on this thing, a lot of buttons. I got a lot of years left, at least I think I do. I've been trying to live right, Lord. But there's a lot I got to learn on it, but I can tell you it makes editing easy and fun because you can go through it quick. And once you get in your groove, this thing right here, which I almost dropped, will help speed and expedite things for you. All right. There's also a Fusion tab. Now, the Fusion tab is more next level for me. That's when you're talking about building different effects and things in there. However, I'm at that first level where I'm just buying templated effects and applying them to the project where I need them, where I see fit for them. And that's an option for you as well. And there are so many different websites out there that allow you to do that. So you've got Envato, you've got Mixkit Co. You've got, I believe, Adobe has something like that as well. Keep in mind, I'm not suggesting or recommending any one product over another. That being the case, I had to throw the disclaimer in there until they start cutting me a check. Then if they cut me a check, that's gonna be different. But then the next tab that you have, which is the tab that I like, is the audio. In this tab, you can do way more with the audio. You can apply compressors, you can apply limiters, you can apply noise reduction. You can apply reverb if you need to. You can apply stereo wideners and things like that if you need to. And the beautiful part about it is, it's made at my education level, which means anybody can work it. So what you can simply do is you just click, add the item that you want. Once you've added that item, it has presets. And so I tell everybody, start with the presets. Plug it in, see what the preset shows, learn it, listen to it, use your ear. If it sounds good to you, it sounds good. That's just what that is. And then over time, you'll see where you need to make adjustments. You'll start to say, okay, I need to roll off my lows or roll off my highs, or I need to accent the vocal range, 3 to 6K as far as speech. Or this person has the Barry White voice. I need to do something different with them. But it lays it out for you to be able to do it the easy way right off the top. Next is the piece that everybody loves. It's all about the color correction, the color grading, the setting the mood type thing. You're able to do that in the actual color tab. And in the color tab, you can adjust the wheels so that it shows you your different color levels. So if you want to make something darker, you can do that. If you want to make something brighter, you can do that. If you want to bring the whole image down, or if you just want to turn it black and white, you can desat that puppy and boom, you got it black and white. And the beautiful part about all of it is, if you feel like you went too far, you can just hit a reset button, it'll flip back to the last thing that you did. So I use the Control-Z and I use the reset button in color a lot. Because I can tell you that sometimes that you just don't know what you're doing. And that's part of the fun of it though, right? You also have a thing in there which are called Luts. And Luts are lookup tables. And what these things really are is they create the image of a specific type of film. So the Luts I'm going to show you right now is the Omar Luts. Well, I call it the Omar Luts. If you go to Think Media on YouTube, I believe the gentleman's name is Omar Kitari. I can't remember his last name. I call him Omar. That's what friends do. And if you utilize a certain setting, you can apply these Luts onto the actual film, and it takes it to the next level for you. So as far as coloring, different things like that. Now, a lot of people use Luts as opposed to doing color correction, and that's fine and that's cool. But you've got the power to do whichever one you want. So if you want to hone the skill of learning the craft, the mystic art of color grading, and do the time in the trenches, then you can do that. And if your project just requires a Luts, like this project right here is going to do, I'm just going to pop a Luts on this video. So it gives you that option. Last thing in here is the deliver. So you are able to render your video however you want to render your video. They've got so many presets in there, it's crazy. You can render it as a MP4, you can render it as 1080, you can render it as I believe 6K is the most I've seen you're able to render it as. But you've got all these different things, and you can also load it directly up. So if you've got a YouTube account, you can connect that to your software. If you've got a Vimeo, you can connect that. If you have a Twitter, you can connect it, and it'll load it up in the formats for each one. There are presets plugged in. Also, if you're gonna be working with somebody else who does video and they're gonna, let's say you're gonna do the color correction, but they're gonna do the color grading, then you can export it into whatever format they import in. So if I'm using Davinci and I know that somebody else there is using Premiere, when I export it, I can export it so that it's more optimized for Premiere. So these are just some of the things that you can actually do. But remember, the program is a great program because it has everything in one. Some of these programs, you have to do one thing and then they have to go over to another program to do their sound or their audio. Davinci does everything in one shot. It does everything in the one program. So it doesn't make a difference what program you're using. It's as long as you're using something, as long as you're trying and you're getting out there. The fact that it's free, and once you've got it, you've got it. So you'll continue to get updates and updates in that whole, as long as you've got the program. Use the free version. Work out the free version. Don't go to the paid version until there's something that you're trying to do in the free version that you cannot get done. All right, hopefully this has been good enough to not get the thumbs down this week. And if not, let me know. Thanks.